Hi all, Hipper here. We have a new commander in the game, and that is the Takao Arpeggio commander. And I put her on Edinburgh. So first I'll just go through my modifications here, but they're pretty standard, just steering gears pretty much all the way and some improved reload. So let's have a look at William Tennant here, because he's got two lovely ladies joining him now, and one of them is Azure Lane Baltimore, gives me better rudder, and Takao as well gives me better rudder. Together they give me a decrease of 9% rudder. And along with all the other perks and agile stuff I usually pick in here, you can go down to a rudder shift of 1.9 seconds. I have to give up a little bit of speed for this though, but it's only a knot and a half, something like that. So I spend a lot of time dueling destroyers in my Edinburgh, so the rudder is more important than speed for me. So like I said, by using these two inspirations here, you can get Edinburgh into territory that was pretty much reserved for Wichita up until recently. 1.9 second rudder on a tier 7 cruiser is pretty good using these two ladies here, Azure Lane Baltimore and Takao. So along with Tennant, and of course they are all completely upgraded at level 16.4. So you cannot have a faster rudder shift than what I have on this Edinburgh here. It's simply not possible until something changes in the game. So I'm starting on the kind of disappointing side of C here. So I do what I always do. I fire torps into the main opening, and then I proceed to flank. Because usually the rest of my team, either they run away or they go for the primary opening here. And it's just a better play for me to be able to attack from the side to set up some crossfires. And I am radar equipped, so I don't have to have a line of sight to be able to pop my radar. So as soon as the cap gets challenged, I'll just pop my radar, and I'll be able to help out my destroyer without actually having to be in the cap. But actually the destroyer gets spotted without my help, so that's a little bit like bad timing for me because I'm right behind the island here, but I am speeding around to be of assistance. But actually before I can even get around to decide to be able to shoot here, my torpedo takes out that lightning there. And yeah, of course, pure skill there. No, that was luck, and very lucky, but of course half this game is luck pretty much. So I'll just continue on here, and we have a Martel and some sort of battleship there behind the island, and I just want to see what they're going to do first before I make my play. So originally my plan was to kind of catch this Martel here off guard and citadel him as soon as he came around the island. But unfortunately this guy here is actually smart enough not to do that. So he's already starting to turn now to head back. And I don't know, maybe he's like onto me or something, I'm not really sure. But there you see, I don't really have a good shot. So I just shoot a salvo just to shoot a salvo, pretty much. And then I'm going to focus on this Bismarck here. That's oblivious to my presence at the moment, it looks like. So I'm gonna fire a few torps, the very nice single fire ones, the single fire kind. We always like that. And then as soon as I get him to turn, I'm simply going to turn in and then use the torpedoes on the other side of my ship to give him a very nasty surprise here. So this works out exactly as planned here. I force the Bismarck to turn into the island, and the Martel is unable to shoot at me because he is, well, behind the island. So I get to do exactly what I wanted to do. Just force this Bismarck here into like a pretty vulnerable position, and then use the torps I've saved on the other side of my ship to take him out. And then of course I'm anticipating the Martel to come around the corner here anytime. So I'm just going to give one shot to him there, and then I took a salvo from the Martel, but I'm just going to repair that like as you can in this ship here. And then here I'm just getting pen after pen on this Martel here. And it's because I'm forgetting about the spaced armor layout on the ship here. I should have been aiming more towards the turrets, where you don't have that line of air between the citadel and the hull. So yeah, well, you can't remember everything all the time. So I'm just going to push him and keep pushing until I get into torpedo range, and then I'll just use my fish to take care of him now that I'm not able to citadel this guy here at all. My shells just go through the outer wall and then they detonate without actually entering the citadel. At least that's what I'm thinking is happening here, because I was a little bit puzzled at the moment. And there was some very close range torps there, but with the rudder we'll just simply avoid them. But yeah, if I am way off on this here, please comment, but that's my theory on what happened there with all those penetrations. So up until a few months ago, I always thought Edinburgh was kind of a boring ship to play. And it wasn't really until Azure Lane Baltimore came out that I really started to take an interest in Edinburgh, because up until then I simply thought it was too slow and too unwieldy, and it lacked, well, just the fun factor, I guess. But with Azure Lane Baltimore, I got the rudder down to 2.2 seconds and the speed up to about 38 knots, and that changed the ship completely for me. And then I changed the smoke to a radar instead, which obviously makes the ship a lot more fun and a lot more useful for your team as well. I mean, smoke is good, but it only tends to buy you a little bit more damage, and a radar is just so much more useful. So I took out the 3 enemies here on my flank, and the guys at B have also won there. So they've taken out, I guess, 2 ships there. So that means there are 4 ships left over at A. And one of them is a Shimakaze destroyer. It's around somewhere. And he's got me spotted now. And I'm not really sure how far away he is, because I don't think he has been spotted at all in this game here. So it's really hard to have any idea of his location. But I see the torps there and they're relatively close. So I think I'll just pop the radar just in case. I mean, it would be nice to be able to spot him here and then take him out before we start to take on A. Because we are facing 3 battleships over there. And it would be nice to get rid of the destroyer on the way. But as you can see, he's outside my radar range. He's not stupid. So there's unfortunately no luck there. So we'll just have to approach A and just hope for the best. So now I am desperately trying to catch up to my battleships so I can help them out with my sonar, because I know the Shima is out there. It's probably on the other side of the island, and all these battleships here is just a buffet for him. So I really wish they would either slow down or at least give me some sort of way to catch up, because I have a sonar and it's ready, but there's no point activating the sonar right now because I'm too far behind. It won't be of any help to the battleships. And now this Yamato here comes in, so I'll have to be ready for him to fire on me as well. And of course, as soon as a Yamato sees a cruiser, they automatically aim at the cruiser and not the battleship. So I was of course aware of that, so I was just waiting for it, and then the battleship takes a helping of torpedoes, so he's out of the game. And here I'm using my fast rudder to simply just avoid his salvo completely. And you can see Edinburgh's AP only guns here, they actually eat into Yamato's really nicely. This guy is even angled a bit, but if you get them broadside and you hit them in the superstructure, they aren't gonna last long. So I just get cheated out of a Kraken there, and again we just avoid the shots. Sometimes you can avoid, and sometimes you can just wiggle your ship so you fit in between the shots. Depends on who you're facing and what they're playing and how good they are and where they're aiming and yada yada yada. There are many variables. So we have a Conqueror in here now, and some sort of another battleship. There is another Yamato. And we still have that destroyer lurking around here somewhere. So I can't really move more to my right, because then I'm going to expose my battleships to the destroyer. So I'm going to have to stay here in this position here to act as a sort of a wall to keep the destroyer out, basically, because I don't want him to come and have fun up here on the other side of the map. So to shoot some preemptive torps in here, I'm not expecting to hit anything there. It's just, yeah, habit, I guess. So now all I'm doing is baiting this Conqueror here to shoot at me instead of anyone else, because I can probably survive longer than anyone else facing this guy here. So I'm just going to annoy him with a rain of AP, and then at the same time you can see the destroyers are moving in. So it's just a matter of time before at least he is out of the game. The Yamato is trying to escape, so we'll have to deal with him later. So that's why I'm going to go this way now, because I don't want to get in a position where the Yami can hit me as well as the Conqueror. So I'm going to have to deal with the Conqueror first, and then as soon as the Yamato is in a bad position for him, of course, then I will deal with that guy. So again, we just trick him into firing too soon, and using the fast rudder, it's not really an issue at all avoiding these shots here, even within 10 kilometers. So I don't want to get any closer to him than this, so I'm gonna send a few torps his way. You can see the destroyer already has a very nice selection approaching him there, so there's no point for me to be out in the open anymore. And then it's just in time because he had a very nasty HE salvo coming there. So you can see that the Shima fired torps towards my Georgia, and yeah, unfortunately he actually managed to take him down almost from, well, pretty far away. And yeah, unfortunate. So we still have to deal with the Conqueror, because the Georgia didn't manage to finish him off. So that's why I'm just going to reverse in a little bit here with my 30mm stern, and then I'm going to see if I can't, well, see where he is basically. And he is still at nearly a quarter health. That was a lot more than I thought he would be. And of course I take a massive hit there, but you see the destroyers are coming to my aid. So I'll just fire one more shot, and then I'm going to have to retreat because I cannot take another hit. And the Fletcher totally saves me there. So good on him. So I have my sonar on, and I'm just waiting for that Shima to come within range, because I know that he wants to torp me, and there he is. So probably a bit unexpected for him, because he's suddenly turning very, very sharply. And he does have Yamato back up, and Yami can overmatch my bow very easily, so I will have to retreat. There's no way I can take this guy on when he's focusing on me. So I'm just going to take some cheeky shots here over the the outcropping here, which must be very annoying for this Yami here, because he can't really do anything about it. And you can see the Shima is getting into position. He wants to get a few torps at me, I think. So I'm just going to wait for him to smoke up, and then I'm going to pop my radar, and then hopefully we can make an end to that guy there. So there he's smoked up, and we're going to radar him, and it's like perfect timing, because he thought he was going to get away with it, but obviously he's not, because this Edinburgh AP here is not something you want to be too close to when you are a destroyer. So this Yamato here ends up being saved by the bell, because the destroyer is already celebrating our victory, and yeah, just a few more seconds and the Yamato would have been sunk as well. But still, this is a very, very agile Edinburgh, and I really like this ship here. So I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you out there.